Gary Lineker has just said that Just Stop Oil's cause is probably more important than disrupting sporting events. The BBC Match of the Day presenter voiced his sympathy with campaigners whilst hosting a special environmental panel at Wimbledon, a day after protesters twice halted play by running onto court and throwing jigsaw puzzles on the grass. What idiots. Tim Speers is a climate activist. Good morning, Tim. How are you?
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Jeremy. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Oh, God. Have you got feedback there? What's the matter? I can't... Oh, it's all very strange. So just help me out. Here's one thing. I'm not going to have a go. I'm not going to put the phone down. I'm going to ask you something absolutely outright, OK? I'm not interested in Gary Lineker. I want to ask you one question, right? All this sporting disruption, all this sticking yourselves to road and being a pain in the backside to everybody, here's my argument. I don't know anything more about your cause. All I know is that you're an irritant, you and all your people. Why don't you be more constructive and spread the message? Because I will tell you, whether you like this or not, that the majority of British people, they just say one thing: they're a pain in the arse. That's true.
Well, I don't think you are speaking for the majority, Jeremy. I think you're speaking for the people that listen to this show. You know, there's a really great quote from Albert Einstein. The world is a dangerous place, not because of those who do evil, but because of those who look on and do nothing about it. And that's basically what's happening at this moment in time. People aren't doing anything about it while civilization is collapsing.
Civilization is collapsing. What about the cost of living while you lot, right, are doing what you're doing? Answer me that. Don't quote me Albert Einstein. Tell me how being a pain in people's backsides, be it at a sporting event or stopping them go to school or work or whatever, how does that spread the word about climate change? And why, by the way, is everybody that's associated with your cause a middle-class person, right? I don't see anybody who's struggling supporting Just Stop Oil. I see disadvantaged, I don't know, disenfranchised people of the middle classes. You just quoted me something. What should I know about Just Stop Oil?
That they want our government to stop issuing all new gas and oil licences.
Why?
Because oil is a death sentence, basically.
Oil is a death sentence.
If we keep on extracting fossil fuels, we'll keep on heating up our atmosphere. The more we heat up our atmosphere, the more uninhabitable parts of the planet are. There was some, like, I saw someone on, and I won't, you know, there's no need, doesn't matter what, how should I say, on GB News, someone the other day was laughing at the idea.
I literally, do you know what the problem is, right? The problem is climate change affected. I can't even hear what you're saying. What are you saying?
Hold on.
No, his signal's terrible. Get rid. Can you help me out here, right? Lineker. Right? Yeah. We had that whole Twitter thing about, you know, he should be... Yeah, absolutely. There he is at a special environmental panel at Wimbledon, right? Yeah. Whilst being paid, no doubt, to talk about the tennis and probably talking about how it's absolutely more important that they disrupt these things, despite the fact he's probably paid to commentate on it. Yeah. Can I ask you my thing? Does anybody know any more about what Just Stop Bloody Oil are about, other than they're an irritant to everybody?
I think that's all that people know, is that they want to stop oil. That doesn't go into what on earth it means.
Oil. What does it mean?
Stop using fossil fuels.
Why?
Because they think that they're bad.
Who's they?
The protesters. That's what it is.
I'm being facetious.
No. I know, but that's my point. That is all that we get from them, is that they think that fossil fuels are bad and we should stop using them.
Give me a constructive alternative. What about nuclear power?
Exactly. This is the thing, is that it's all very well saying, well, we need to stop using fossil fuels, but that's not going to happen. And I don't want to...
It's not going to happen.
I don't want to go all sort of big picture again. But, you know, we talked earlier about the moral rectitude of keeping some countries in the third world. Nigeria has lots of oil and gas. It is a poor country, but it has a lot of oil and gas. How are you going to persuade the people of Nigeria to stop using it to keep themselves poor? Because that is their ticket out of poverty.
Absolutely.
You're not going to convince India or other countries like that, oh, we in Europe, we had the Industrial Revolution, it's all worked out fine for us, but you have to stop. It's not going to happen. And no amount of emissions cutting that we do is going to make up for their increase in the use of these things. The other thing to remember is, if we want to solve something like climate change, you want to stop the climate changing, the best way to do that is through technology, not through shutting down society and regressing backwards.
Do they believe in Just Stop Water as well? Because they all look unwashed to me.
I mean, that would be an interesting idea, because I'd like to know what it is that their views are on things like desalination, which are very, you know, energy intensive, need a lot of
and what's
heavy
the shirt
duties.
made of, one wonders?
Almost certainly hemp, something you can smoke.